Good evening, YouTube. Well, I meant to film that and I didn't. It was just basically my bit of a walk to where I do my washing up, which is already done, as you can see. So, sorry about that. What I will do, and you're not supposed to show these things, I suppose, but I do make sure that this is not for children to see. So, what's the old man do before he takes his little 2-minute walk back to the tent? He'll light himself a pipe. So, as you can see, the hood's on. It's getting chilly, so it's now, what is it, 8:15. Almost time for bed. Still a bit light, so I can't sleep if it's too light, so another half an hour or so. And I'll be able to go to bed. There we go. So, you can come with me. So you can see roughly so here we go, on the way back. So there's the shower blocks around the corner there, where I just done the washing up. That's all a bit French, isn't it? Pissoir, as they call it in France, don't they? So you can just go behind there and do your business as a male. Don't think actually anybody's ever used it. Not since I've been coming here anyway. I've seen anybody come from behind there. I suppose, why would you? And that's there. When it's dark, that's there. Lots of edges. So yeah. So another day done. Counting down the days now to when I start my new job, which will be Wednesday next week, so it's now Friday, so literally, what's that? Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 5 days to go. And the work starts, which is good, because I need to, just for my sanity, to start doing things. So, like I've shown you before, I'm show you in a minute where my tent is down there, but eventually, right in the far corner down there is where I'll be going, but it's got to be, the weather's got to pick up, because it's still raining at times, and I don't want to get stuck in the mornings when I need to go to work. So if I start work at 7:30, for example, which I do on Wednesday, it's been drizzling, I'm going to struggle to get up there. So it needs to be nice and dry until I change my pitch. So there we are. I've only done the washing up now because I've decided, after a couple of beers, I'd actually like a cup of coffee to warm myself up. I got no hot chocolate. I think that may be something I should be buying. To have a bit of hot chocolate or Ovaltine or something in the evenings to warm me up. Just put that down there a second. Oh. So yeah, the pipe out. It's just the last pipe for the evening. Funny enough, I'm not smoking that much anymore. I was talking to somebody the other day, or yesterday actually, who's a hypnotherapist. So I'm thinking of using his services. I don't know what they cost. I'm going to go on his website and have a look, and said I'd send him an email on that, find out what that sort of thing cost. Strange as it sounds, to stop drinking alcohol, so beer mainly. I think if you say, oh, I just don't want to drink beer anymore, and you go through the process and it actually works, let's say it actually works, I don't know about these things, but just say it does. So I won't be drinking beer, but of course there's other forms of alcohol, isn't there? There's like cider and all sorts of things, you know, the harder stuff, you know, your whiskey, your gin, your whatever, brandy and whatever. So I think that the process should be, I don't want to touch alcohol anymore. I don't know how these things work, how reliable they are. Does it actually work? I'm hoping it does. He seems to know his stuff, so I'm thinking of giving that a go. What do you think? Anybody had a go at this before? So yeah, it's not because of the alcohol. I mean, I drink what, say 4 nights a week. I like my cans of beer. It normally ends up a pack of 4, so it normally ends up drinking the pack of 4, say 4, maybe 5 nights a week. So it's not every night, but it's too much. It's not the fact of the alcohol I'm worried about becoming an alcoholic, because I'm not. It's the weight I'm putting on, and I am putting it on, and it has to be down to the beer. It just has to be. And other things as well, like too much bread. When you're on a campsite, you're a bit limited to what you can do. So I need to cut down on the pasta. I need to cut down on the beer itself, obviously, but I need to cut down on the bread. And it's knowing what to cook really, and what to eat. When I'm working, I will be eating at work a lot more, so I can sort of control that a bit better, and not eat so much there. And then of course if I eat there and I come back after say a 14-hour shift and I'll have had my tea there or whatever at 5, 6 o'clock, whatever, I probably won't be eating again in the evenings. My problem has always been is I finish work there at 9:30 if I do a 14-hour day, so it's 7:30 till 9:30 in the evening. And last year especially, I think, you know what, a couple of beers wouldn't hurt before I go to bed, and I was doing that probably too often. Not a real alcohol problem as such, but it's the weight. It's obviously too much, you know. Even walking just that short distance now, which is a couple of minutes up there, you can probably hear my breath. I'm not out of breath, but I'm breathing heavier than what I should. So yeah, I'm going to try and get that under control. Whether hypnotherapy is the way to do it, I don't know. I'm going to have a look more, do a bit more research. So if anybody knows of anything, leave it in the comments. So yeah, I'm going to make myself a nice cup of coffee, back in the tent, warm up, and then within half an hour or so I'll be in bed, trying to keep warm, because it's another cool night. It's not as cold as it has been, because the skies, as you can see, are not that clear, so shouldn't be a frost tonight, so it should be okay. But it does get hot. I've shown you before, my tent there is covered there. That's more or less to stop the frost. When it was freezing, it was dripping in there after, when it was sort of thawing. That was because of the rain. Now you can see there's a gap. So the other morning I woke up, it had been raining and blown me down. My duvet was wet on the outside of it, so it's not brilliant, is it? So I need to think of something better. So I'm going to be getting some waterproof spray, but not until I move down the bottom again. There's no point doing it here. It's actually very still now. If I had some now, this would be the perfect time to do it, funny enough, because there's no wind at all. It's probably the first time I've known it like that, so now would have been the ideal time to do it. But hey-ho, when I get down the bottom there's not so much wind, you're more protected, but obviously you still get hit by the rains, obviously. So I will be spraying it, and I will be putting some kind of tarp over the top of it, so it comes down here at an angle, and I can sit outside in the evenings without getting soaking wet and without the tent in the front getting wet. This piece here does come out, and it does go out to about here, but I haven't got the poles to do that with, so I'm going to have to get some sticks or some canes or something to sort that out with. But that would be temporary, because I want to buy a larger piece of material. Not quite sure what. It's like a proper camping stuff you can buy that sort of somehow will attach to the trees. So say for the trees behind me there, where the tent's going to be down in the corner, and across down here like that, so the tent will be covered, so that basically the rain won't even hit the tent, which is more or less what I had last year with the gazebo, which wasn't 100% waterproof. It used to sort of fizzle through, but it was enough to keep the front part of the tent dry. And then I used to sit under the last piece of it. So something like that, but more waterproof. Or I've still got the piece. I mean, the gazebo itself just buckled all the poles, not they buckled in the end. But I've still got the material, so maybe I can make something out of that that I can attach to the trees. There's a lot of trees down there, and sort of make a bit of a cover that goes over the tent, and I can also sit out more in the evenings. That's the plan. So, cup of coffee now, like I said, and speak to you soon. Bye for now. So here we are, a couple of minutes later. I've made my nice hot cup of coffee. Oh, that's good. I've got the knack of making nice coffee now, so I basically pour a good amount of milk into the mug, top it over water, put the sweetener in, put a nice amount of coffee in there, tip it into my saucepan and bring it nearly to boil, and you know what? That's one damn good cup of coffee. Better you getting any cafe, I tell you. Oh, that's good. So that'll warm me up for tonight. Normally I'd sit down in the tent and drink this now to keep myself nice and warm, but it's actually quite a nice evening. It's not, like I say, it's not warm, it's quite cold. But hence I'm so wrapped up, but there's no wind. There's just no wind. And I'm on my own on the campsite, there's nobody here. This will change as the summer. I would like to say that the spring kicks in, but the spring's here and nothing's happening. It's just not going spring-like, is it? So, I mean, it's the 1st of May next Wednesday when I start work. So, I'm hoping by then weather's going to pick up, and then when I'm not working, or in the evenings if I've had a long day of work or a short day of work or whatever, or say a couple of nights of work and then come back, to be able to sit outside in the evenings with the warmer weather. That'll be nice. Like I say, it'll be down there eventually. Anyway, everybody have a good night, because it's now night time. I'll be speaking to you soon when I get to do more sort of video content, as they call it. I saw something today, but I was too embarrassed really to stop. You know, I'll tell you now, because on the way to picking my mum up, and I showed her on the way back out, on the way back to town, there was the old style gypsy caravans, but 3 of them parked on the side of the road with 3, 4, 5 horses, 4 I think it was, and some dogs, and they've actually got buzzards, believe it or not. They've got a couple of buzzards there. They seem to have everything. I would love to be able to stop and say, look, can I film this and whatever for the sake of my YouTube channel, but I'm not really the sort of person who can go and just walk up to people like that, which is a bit of a downside really. When you're doing my sort of thing with a YouTube channel, you should have a bit more confidence, but I also don't want to disturb them, leave them in peace, you know. They live their life, and they must be a, you know, I think these old Romany gypsy style caravans, they've probably got log burners or whatever inside them, and they're so probably nice and cozy. Never fire outside. It's obviously not an easy life, is it? But yeah, I was talking to my mum today and thinking, well, maybe I should buy one of those, get myself a cart horse. Yeah, not really practical, but it would just seem like a nice idea. But no, I'll stick to my car and my tent, and eventually maybe the old car here, if it passes the MOT, which it should, and then maybe in a couple of months' time, because it'll have then new MOT on it and everything, I might try and sell it, but I need to find first something else, and I'm thinking of a van, and basically no more tent. So the tent will be kept because obviously it's new, and I will need it if I go off camping somewhere and that sort of thing, down the coast or whatever. But I'm thinking of a van to. I'm not going to make it into a full camper van. You know, these camper van conversions. That's not me. I really haven't got the time for it. And like I keep saying, I'm only in this country now for another 5 years or whatever it is. So, you know, it won't be any great expense. But you know, a nice mattress, nice bit of bed. You know, bit of bed in there, mattress. Some kind of heating, some shelving, and that would be ideal really. Still come to the campsite, sure, you know, still use the campsite, but 100% waterproof and warmer. That's what I'm looking for. Because you can see now, you know, this is it. This is my life. You know, I'm sat outside, a bit like the gypsies would be tonight. They probably sat outside and get that fire going. Oh, which is nice. I might could have a fire going here, but I never seem to bother because I'm on my own and it just doesn't seem worth it. So yeah. So that's it. That's enough of me rambling on. Everybody have a good night. Like, subscribe, there will be more content coming soon when there's more money in the pot. So, you know, a few more weeks and then I'll be travelling around a lot more. So, speak to you soon. Take care. Bye for now.